Hello, my name is Jack and welcome to another English lesson here at Zoloterra. In a previous lesson I told you 10 idioms in English all about the face. Yeah? The video was called Face the Idiom. I'm very clever. Today then we will continue with 10 more idioms, or 8 idioms and 2 phrases which use part of the body and are quite similar to idioms in how they are used. And so at the end of this video you will now have 20 idioms, and after that we will give idioms the cold shoulder for a while. Which leads me to my first idiom, to give somebody the cold shoulder. What does this mean? Well, we've all known people at university or in work who, they like you, they always talk to you, hello, how are you, I did this at the weekend, blah blah blah. And you ask them, yeah? You don't like them. So you ignore them, you go away, yeah? That is to give somebody the cold shoulder. Speaking of shoulders, this next one is not an idiom, but it is a phrase we use very similar to an idiom. It's shrug it off. Now, to shrug is a verb. It's when you do this with your shoulders, okay? And if you have something on your shoulder and you go, you shrug it off. We use this quite a lot. In fact, there is a very famous line, I am from Liverpool, for those who don't know, and there is a very famous line in Hey Jude by the Beatles, a song I'm sure you know, where Paul McCartney says, the movement you need is on your shoulder. What this means, it's a bit poetic, but what it means is shrug it off. Okay, speaking of getting things off part of your body, to get something off your chest. If something is in your chest and it's in your heart and you really want to say it, but you're afraid of what might happen, and over time it builds up, it increases, and eventually you have to get it off your chest or you will. So when you tell somebody a secret that you have had in your brain for a long time, that is to get something off your chest. Continuing then with the chest, to learn something by heart. Now, maybe some of you were in plays or shows at school or university. And if you go to see a play or a show, an actor, he doesn't have the page in front of him. To be or not to be, that is the question. He learns, he remembers the lines, the words, before he says them. To learn something by heart is to learn it so you can remember it, and if somebody says, what is the capital of Peru, you can go, yeah? Now, the next one you also have in Russian, funnily enough. It's to have butterflies in your stomach. As I said, you have this in Russian, so I guess you know the basic meaning. It's just, I have an exam, what can I do? I'm nervous. Now, that is to have butterflies in your stomach. Now, the next one, notice we are, as we move down the board, we are moving down the body. Hand. To give somebody a hand, you might know this one already. It just means to give somebody help. Not big help, not, give somebody $2,000 to have a holiday in New York, but if somebody needs just 2 minutes of your time to help you, to help them with something, some small help is to give somebody a hand. And speaking of hands, On your hand, you have 5 fingers. No, you have 4 fingers. 4 fingers. This is not a finger. It's not a finger. It's not. This is a thumb. A thumb. Many people forget this. Even some beginning textbooks call this a finger. This makes English teachers very angry because it's not true. It's a thumb. And this, what I am doing now, is a thumbs up. And this is a thumbs down. The way I teach students to remember that this is a thumb and not a finger is the phrase to give something a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Or if you are the late great Roger Ebert, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. Now, again, continuing down the body to pull somebody's leg. Do you remember, I'm sure, when you were a child and somebody points to your face and they say, oh, you have something on your face, or you have something on your chest, and you go, no I don't. Yes you do. You look down and they make a joke, make a fool out of you. That is to pull somebody's leg. It's a joke, but it's not something which will hurt you. It's not a bad joke. It's just a small laugh, I suppose you could say. Now, the last 2 are about our feet, the lowest part of our bodies. Notice that this one is to have cold feet. Feet, 2 feet. Not to have a cold foot. That means you've just stood in snow and forgotten your boots, okay? To have cold feet is, now this part is important, when you have already decided to do something, okay? For example, to get married, or for the more active and crazy amongst you to jump out of a plane, yeah? You have already decided to do this, but at that moment, maybe at a wedding when you hear do 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 do, or when you're in a plane and he opens the window and you look down and everybody looks like specks of dust or little, you can't even see anything. And you think, why did I decide to do this? I'm stupid, yes? That is to have cold feet. And our last one, also about feet, but notice it's to put your foot in it. Foot. 1 foot. Put your foot in it. This is... Imagine you are in a bar, okay? And you've had a few drinks, a few glasses of vodka, and you are saying things that maybe you don't think before. And you say something, maybe to a friend about her boyfriend, or to a friend about his girlfriend, that you don't like them, yeah? And you don't mean for that person to hear you, but they do, and you think, oi, why did I do that? That is to put your foot in it. So, these are our 10 remaining idioms today, from the shoulder to foot, the rest of the body. As I said last time, there are, unfortunately, I'm sorry for my language, I know it's difficult, there are hundreds of these idioms, but I have given you 20 of the most common ones, and I hope that I have given you a hand by helping you, by teaching you these idioms. I hope that you learn them by heart, and I hope that from now we can give the idioms a cold shoulder for a while, and I can teach you something else. Thank you very much. Until next time.